if you haven't pulled it for the newest 5-star character, ZheZhi in Wedding Wave, I would honestly not pull for her. There's a debate right now if she's a must pull or not. I think she's far from that. I think she's not worth pulling at all from a meta partner perspective. And I'm going to explain why that is the case in this video. Now, if you already pulled it for her, I don't think you should regret it. I think she's still really good. She does have some values, especially in a ZheZhi team, and she's most importantly really fun to play and really easy to use. So if you're like a casual player or you don't really care about meta and you just like this character, I think this is the character I would recommend. But if you're looking for meta reason to pull, I would actually not recommend this character and I would save your pull. And here is why. But first, I want to explain and address this really big controversy recently on my channel right now. Her pronunciation. Recently, a lot of people on my last video keep commenting, who is Tati? Okay, I don't say it like Tati. Who is Tati? Who is Tati? Okay? And listen up, okay? For people who don't know, I'm natively Chinese. You can literally see my passport, okay? 中華人民共和國. I was born and raised in Hong Kong for more than half my life, and so I'm more used to the Cantonese pronunciation. And when it comes down to playing Wedding Wave, since they are a company based in Guangdong, they use Cantonese as their main pronunciation. I figure I would use the Cantonese pronunciation for this game as well, since it is a more accurate way to pronounce it, and it's where they're from, alright? And if you look at ZheZhi, right, and you go to her Wikipedia page, you copy her Chinese name, and you put it in a Cantonese pronunciator, ZheZhi, you can literally see it's pronounced ZheZhi, as in it's breaking a branch. Anyway, with that being said, right after you subscribe, let's talk about the most important thing we're going to talk about in this video. Why I don't recommend pulling for her. I think right now her biggest value is definitely she's really easy to use. You can build like 90 stacks really easy, really quickly. And then you can do like entire combo to generate your forte circuit. And then you can do intro, outro on whatever. You can do it on Ling Yang. You can do an intro Ling Yang and then also, and this gives you your entire full stacks if you're ever playing Ling Yang, which none of you probably are, but you can do the same thing with ZheZhi, right? So you can, whatever this monkey decides to come down. Hello, please. You should come down right here. So the same thing go with ZheZhi. You don't need to do like a rotation. You build stacks, you do her full combo, you get her outro, and then you switch to ZheZhi, and then now you can do your ZheZhi combo here. Very easy to do in and out in both cases, and more importantly, you don't need anything else. You don't need like a Verena, you don't need a strict combo. You just do your ZheZhi rotation, switch into Ling Yang ZheZhi. Very easy to use. I think that's a very positive thing. And okay, she's easier to play, but is she a DPS increase anything like that? Well, yeah, especially for ZheZhi. The map is all over the place. I've seen something like 5 to 10% from like one calculation, or on this separate Chinese video crafting group called their Lao Guang. It's like Flash. Okay, this is called Flash video crafting group in China. Alright, they have it at 12 to 18%, and that's a lot. That's a lot. So you're like, oh, she's super meta. She's like the best character in the game because she's the best support for the best DPS in the game. And I think that's kind of true, right? You know, if you're looking for the way to do the most damage in this game, I would say she's super meta. You put her together with ZheZhi, and that's the best team in the game. You're just gonna pew 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 pew. You're gonna delete everything. But interestingly enough, is that even in this thread where they have ZheZhi as a 12 to 18% damage increase over Yinlin, they actually still don't recommend pulling for ZheZhi. Why? Because you don't need her to clear any of the content in this game. Now, I'm not saying that as in, oh yeah, of course you can clear the hardest content in this game with like Ling Yang. I do that. I literally play Ling Yang, who is arguably the worst DPS in the game right now. Not actually, by the way, he's better than Calcharo. Fuck you, Calcharo, main. Ling Yang can clear all the content in this game. So of course, ZheZhi can clear all the content, or you don't need ZheZhi to clear the content in this game. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you're playing ZheZhi already, you don't need to put ZheZhi into your team to clear the tower or anything like that. ZheZhi with other characters like Yanwu work perfectly fine. So yes, while it is true that shoving ZheZhi in will give you a bigger damage increase, it is not one that's necessary either. And the thing here is that ZheZhi is a 5-star character, where Yanwu is a 4-star character. And I thought about it, yeah, That's the problem. This is the question I want everyone to think about. If you have ZheZhi right now, is it really worth spending 160 pull to get ZheZhi to make your ZheZhi do more damage? And once again, the answer could be very different for everyone. For some people, meta is doing the highest damage possible, so they're like, oh, 10% more damage for ZheZhi, say no more, alright? But for some people, meta could be like, I want to find the most efficient way to optimize the most valuable resource in my account. Asteroid as well as Radiant Tide, right? And 160 pull is a lot, especially considering weapon is 80. 160 pull assuming you lose 50-50, but you can't lose 50-50 on the weapon banner, so this is just 80. So weapon in this game, a 5-star weapon in this game, is pretty much half the price of a 5-star character. And the thing about this game is that 5-star weapon are so much stronger than 4-star weapon. At this point of the game, if you're using a 4-star weapon, I think you're like screwing yourself up, because what we have come to realize is that like 5-star weapon are just way too overpowered, especially because they can be shared across characters, that you need to have 5-star weapon to play the game. If you don't have a 5-star weapon on your lane gang, you can't clear the tower, but if you do, you have a chance, right? If you don't have a 5-star weapon for your ZheZhi, you should just be saving your pull to get the 5-star weapon right now. And I know this is the point where like everyone's gonna say, but the weapon is not on the banner right now. Like, oh, I can't get it. Yeah, but if you spend your pull right now, when the next time the ZheZhi weapon banner come back, you're gonna run to the same problem of, oh, you don't have enough pull. I mean, why didn't you get the weapon in the first place? Because if you're watching my video, I think recommended people to get the weapon, just because the difference between 5-star weapon and 4-star weapon in this game is way too big, especially the ZheZhi weapon. ZheZhi weapon is like one of the most overstated weapon in the entire game, right? So the only reason you didn't get the 5-star weapon the first time is because you ran out of pull, and you run out of pull by pulling for like, I wouldn't want to say like stupid ass characters, but like random ass character without really thinking if you need them, right? You don't need ZheZhi. This is a 160 pull. Save your 160 pull and just pull for ZheZhi's weapon when it come back, because it's 80 pull. What do you do with your other 80 pull? Good question. You know, here's the cool trick about this patch in Wedding Wave, and here's what you should be doing, and here's what I recommend people to do. Shaolin Yao is gonna be a free 5-star character we're getting in the second half of the patch, and you can kind of see him in the game already. If you go to gallery, he's actually leaked it. You can see Shaolin Yao here, and you can see what he does. He's a Electro main DPS that rely on liberation damage. And instead of pulling for ZheZhi, if you need to power up your account, a potentially much more viable strategy could be saving your pull, wait for the free 5-star character Shaolin Yao, then you pull for his signature weapon. Now you got a really strong Electro DPS that you can use to clear the tower. Because after you need free team in the tower, and I would say your main DPS is going to be the most important slot to fill. Applying the similar argument to look ahead, there's also the next patch. In the next patch, we have one new 5-star character, the Shorekeeper. We don't know what she does, but let's just tell you right now, like, if she's really good and you waste, or not waste, but you burn your pull right now on ZheZhi, and then you have no pull for Shorekeeper, and she turned out to be really good, you're gonna regret it, right? And again, ZheZhi, it's not that ZheZhi is not good, it's just that her gain to your account might not be that much, right? The other thing about the new 5-star characters is that, or new patch, is that there's only one 5-star character. So that means there's gonna be a rerun already, maybe like a Jian rerun, so you'll be able to get Jian's weapon if you have Jian, but doesn't have his weapon. Or alternatively, you can start saving pull right now to pull for Jian and his weapon as a complete package, and that'll be a really strong DPS that you get next patch. You put Mortifi in there, and suddenly you get a really strong stable team to clear the tower every single time, right? Things to think about. In that sense, like, ZheZhi is a good character, but she's also arguably one of the characters that add the least value to your account right now. I would say she's better than Yinlin right now, but questionable because we do got, again, Shaolin Yao coming in very soon. And again, Shaolin Yao is going to be a Electro main DPS that uses liberation damage, actually, so he could pair really well with Yinlin. Rip Contraro, woohoo! But yeah, so another good idea could be you get the free 5-star Shaolin Yao, pull for his weapon, You pull Yinlin as well as a Shaolin Yao support, and you get a full complete package team that's also really strong. Right? My point is just that like ZheZhi is a really overpowered broken character, so we know that, and she's easy to use already, right? And here's how the Chinese people describe it, right? ZheZhi is a wheelchair character. She's a handicapped character. You could be missing an arm and you can still play her perfectly fine. ZheZhi is like putting decoration on your wheelchair. It kind of doesn't make your wheelchair go faster. It make your wheelchair like more wheelchair because you know ZheZhi is an easier character to play than like Yanwu Yinlin. But do you need that? That's on you to think about. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave you here. Again, she is a fine character. I just think she's not really valuable, and most importantly, not a must pull, which seems to be going around for some reason here and there. But yeah, she's far from a must pull. I would honestly say she's A tier at best at the moment. Most Chinese people actually say she's weak, which I actually don't really agree. But I'm gonna be updating you guys on that in the next video as always. What do they think of ZheZhi right now? So subscribe. And someone was like, oh, you didn't tell people to like the video, so I like the video as well. Comment. Thanks.